Hello everybody on YouTube, long time no see. On today's project is a bit of wood carving. I'm just admiring my clock that I got that sort of giving me a job I did for somebody and they give me the clock. Right, into the workshop, a bit more of a change around in here. I put lathe over there this time, drill, the traction engine that I built a long time ago. I've just dug it out from under the bench and started doing a bit of work on it. Ignore all this rubbish bits of leaflets I just put through my door. Yeah, so I've been messing with traction engine, been cleaning it up. I might fire it up at some point, give it another run. I've since made a little tiny oscillating engine that's run with a little boiler that I made. Anyway, enough of that. Today's project, I thought we'd do another spoon carving, but I'm not going to use a piece of green wood, you know, an old branch of a tree. I'm going to use this. This is a piece of wood that a friend of mine cut down out of a scaffolding plank on his table, so he wanted some battening to convert his attic, and this was left over, a few pieces of this. So I'm going to try and make a spoon out of that. Obviously it's dry season's wood, and I think it's pine. Well, whatever scaff boards are made out of. And it's 35 mil by about 15 mil. And it doesn't matter about the length, it's probably 3 foot long. I'm going to chop a piece out, make sure there's no knots, and try and carve a small sort of teaspoon out of it and see if we get on. I've cut a piece out. Right, I've cut a piece of wood out. It's about 170 mil long, so, you know, it doesn't matter the length, it's whatever size spoon you want. I've just made it that length so I can hold it with my hand. These are the tools I'm going to be using. A little wood carving set that were bought cheaply off, I think, or Amazon, I think. Only very cheap. You get 2 knives and a spoon, you know, for putting the dip in the spoon sort of thing. These are a couple of wood chisels I made myself. Putting grooves in. They're not a V-tool, they're like a rounded chisel, you can see the end of them. I just put grooves in stuff. I won't be using on this project, the sort of handmade for another job I did. I like carving beards in wood spirit faces. And they're made out of, like all these roll pins, just like a steel pin with a groove in them. I've just ground it out at an angle, made it into a chisel, and put it in a piece of brush handle, and just hand tool. Well, they come in handy. Just made to amend. Right, let's go with this spoon. I'm going to draw a spoon here. Shape. I'm going to, you know, cut it in and start carving and see how we get on. Right, I've drawn my rough shape of my spoon that I want. Don't have to be great because it's only a guideline. And all I intend to do now is get my saw. If you can see that now, I'm going to cut down here at an angle with saw, up like a V really, just get that piece out, saw down here, saw down there, and just rough out the spoon sort of thing all the way around. And I'm only using an hacksaw. I don't really possess any saws. I certainly haven't got a bandsaw. It's all by hand this, and anybody can do it. And this is what I'm trying to show you, and get a piece of wood and make a spoon. Just a little project, something to do, pass a bit of time on. And it's fun. Right, let's go and be marking this out with a saw now. Right, I've shaped it out. Let's use a bigger saw than the hacksaw. And we'll just rough it out. Right, you can see it's very rough, extremely rough. In fact, I'm going to have to set that bit of an edge off there. I'm just showing you it's just a bit of an hand saw and an hacksaw, and just rough it out. Right, that's what we're up to. Really rough. We're going to start shaping now. We get a knife on it and start putting a bit of shape on it. So I'll readjust the camera and let's get some shaping done. Right, just before we get started with these knives and this spoon shaping sort of thing, carving, can't stress enough safety. Gloves, eye protection, sharp objects obviously, you know, you want a proper glove, a good strong glove. These are quite thick leather gloves, help protect your hands. You can buy proper cut resist gloves. I mean, I have got them, I just don't use them. That's my choice, not yours. You know, I'm not telling you not to use gloves. It's utmost important that you wear safety equipment, you know, eye goggles, gloves, everything you need to be safe. This is my choice to do it this way, and this is sort of things that can happen. You see the nail's caught, that was a piece of wood that actually went down my nail. I couldn't get it out, I had to cut my nail to get the piece of wood out. And this is what can happen. You're not going to pick it up on camera, but I've got a really nasty scar going down there, and I've got a real nasty scar sort of going across here. Do not wearing gloves, but it's my choice. Right, all the health and safety aspects over and done with. Spoon, you can start wherever you want really. I like to sort of round it off, going up here and down the handle. I'll just start with a little small. It's hard to do this on camera, isn't it? Well, I just basically, I mean, this will be a lot easier with green wood. And we start going around like that into a sort of spoon shape. Take these really sharp edges off. I mean, you could file them off if you wanted to with sandpaper. I just choose to chip away with my knife. As I said, this was part of a scaffolding board that I used for scaffolding. It was a plank. It's not right good wood, to be honest with you, doing this with. But we'll see how we get on. Right, this is going to be a laborious, a long job. So I'm gonna put you on pause for a bit while I get a bit of this wood carved down. It's starting to take shape already, as you can see. Right, so we get on. After 10 minutes with a knife, this is what I've achieved. Not gonna lie to you, it's very hard, very difficult to use this wood. It just keeps splitting off. A few shavings, and well, you got yourself a spoon, sort of. Right, now we've got it to this stage. Still rough. I've decided that's going to be the face of the spoon, and that's going to be the back. So I've just started getting my knife, and I'm just sort of taking that edge up. Oh, we're at a camera shot, aren't we? Yeah, I can't do it. It's hard to do to camera, but just bear with me. I'm just going to take this edge in like that. And slowly but surely, as I said before, this wood it's not great for this, to be perfectly honest. But slowly but surely you can see the shape starting to come, can't you? See, it's starting to curve over. I'll just do a bit more here. And we're just taking it up towards the edge of the spoon, if you will. It's not ideal, this camera like this, is it, for you? Well, I think I'll give you an idea of what's going on. This is where your gloves, you know, this is where you need your gloves. See, I just sort of caught my finger and with the tip of the knife. It's alright, there's no blood. Right, now you get the idea, right? So it's starting to go up at an angle now here. Going up well. A bit more like a spoon. I'll bring it back on the next stage. Now I've took a bit more off. See the shape starting to come now, even the handle. I've curved it in this way, down here like that. With the handle a bit thinner. It's coming on. I'm not going to go through the whole process with you, but I'm just going to show you sort of what you can do with a little piece of wood and one knife. I mean, I've only used this knife up to now. It's just one knife. You can use any knife. Use a pen knife if you want. Just wear gloves, please wear gloves. No protection. Not doing this like I do, silly with no gloves on. Wants a bit more weight off the ball here, yeah. All you got to do now is really take the knife at an angle here, hard to show you on camera, but take that off at an angle. I'll try and do a small piece, if you know what I mean. Just start off. It's very hard to do it to camera and keep you in focus. But you see how the shoulder's starting to come off now, it's starting to round itself. And you can power back this way, come back this way towards yourself. That's why you need a glove on. And that way. Right, a bit more done. Put some more weight off the handle. This bowl could do to be a lot shallower. It's quite thick though. But it's any shape you want. You know, there's no rules to this. You can make any sort of quirky spoon, any shape, any size you want. I'm sure it can be done out of a bit of wood. You know, there's only a few shavings. I've been at this now about probably 20 minutes. I'll carve a bit of bowl out. Right, for bowl you can use, I think they call them a spoon knife, like an up knife. And you dig it in, like an ice cream scoop when you start. You know, this is what you need. Again, you need a glove or thumb protection because you're cutting towards yourself. And you go around and you sort of start carving the middle out, as such, like that. Keep going round. I'm trying to keep you on camera. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing with the spoon, but trying to look at the camera at the same time and not cut my thumb. But you get the idea. We just keep scooping it out now. Like that. But that knife reel is a bit too big for this spoon. So I have another little lobby knife, I think it's called, it's an old timer, it's called. I think you can still get them on the internet somewhere. Again, they're not really expensive and they've got all different tools, and we use this little tool, it's like a small cup if you will. And I'm just going to keep chipping away, like that, a bit at a time. It's hard to cut across the grain, so you're better off going with it. Like that. Right, let me get some more of this done. I've scooped it out a bit rough from the edges. It's this wood's splitting, it's pine, it's dry, God knows how old it is. As I say, it was blank. But you get a general idea. I mean, there's no, I could cut a bit more of that chip away now with this knife, get rid of that and sand it up. A bit more carving on the back maybe, on the handle, and it'll look quite attractive. You know, they'd end up looking somewhat like as one I did before. Had a bit of sandpaper, bit of carving. I think you've seen that one before. I've got loads of bits of spoons knocking about. And it ain't cracked or anything, it's been alright. And yeah, a bit more work on that now, and that'll turn into something like that. Well, that's just the basics of spoon carving. All this is now a bit more carving on this spoon here, on that one. Bit of sandpaper, and you're done. And it's took all of, well, probably half an hour to get that far. A bit more work and it'll be finished. Well, I'm not going to bore you with the finishing touches. You can do it yourself, put your own sort of style on it, your own sort of shape on it. You know, you can bring the handle at any sort of angle you want. You can put a big curve in it, or maybe you want to put a round end on it. Anything. Anyway, it's a bit of fun. I just thought I'd show you that. Thanks for watching, and maybe next time I might fire one of the little steam engines up and show you that running. See you again. Bye.